Hello, it's Angela Taylor from Inspire Community Outreach, and I am talking about when things are hard as a parent. There are lots of different kinds of caregivers, grandparents, respite, all kinds of folks who are doing caregiving right now and always, and it's pretty tough. And so we're doing a series to be supportive for families that talk about what to do when things are hard. And this video is specific to learning how to calm down or react in a more helpful way when things are really, really hard. I am a mom of 4 and I have children who are neurologically complex. I am also neurologically complex and I have lots of sensitivities to sound. So if you're thinking, yeah, but you're a professional and you never get upset, I'm here to tell you that that is untrue. That even professionals, maybe especially professionals, let's go with that, especially professionals who know I should be acting in all of these ways, it can be really hard for us too, just like everybody else. So here's some tips and tricks that our team has been kind of collecting from family members, thousands of people that we are so privileged to work with, and stuff that we do ourselves to help us when things get out of control and really hard at home. So I'm just going to check my notes because it's very important. I would say the first thing is self-compassion and validation. So like when it's a hard day, just telling myself, oh my goodness, this is a really hard day. Because some days are hard. And if you've got sensitive kids and you're a sensitive person, some days can be really hard. And that's okay. You're not alone. And just that feeling of I'm not alone and this is a hard day, it can really take a lot of stress away. So think about what you might say to yourself. For me, I specifically say, this is one of those days, and it helps. Another thing is I actually have a safety plan or a plan in place. Essentially, like if this happens, I do this. If this happens, I do this. And it really helps me stay calm because I know I can go back to it at any time, and it supports me kind of organize things. So if, all the kids are screaming at one time, I kind of know who I'm going to deal with at one time, like what's the biggest fire to put out? Are they hungry? Are they tired? Do they need connection? And kind of deal with those things that are outstanding first. And then once things are calm, then have a conversation about like, what can I do to help you? I also have certain things that I say to them, when they're feeling really out of control, I sequence them. So like, wow, you came home, they're intense and I match them. Wow, like you came home and you tried to take your boots off and it was stuck and you stepped in the water and it was gross, ew, and now you're really upset and I'm here and I can help. So kind of organize their thoughts for them, as well as offering to be there. I mean, that's something that kind of keeps me calm, is if I know what I'm going to say and that I can do something helpful. That really helps me stay regulated and happy ish. I also know that for me and my safety plan, or my plan for when things get out of control, that I always have somebody that I can text with or chat with after when things are calm and everybody's kind of in bed or regulated. I can just send a quick text and I'll be like, I really need you to say, that sounds hard. And I tell my best friend, just tell me that sounds hard. And then there's something about interacting with somebody else and having them validate us that kind of brings us from here to here. And all humans are like that. We need connection. We need to be heard. Also, when it's safe to do so, giving myself permission to leave the space and go eat dark chocolate covered almonds in my room. Sometimes that's a thing. For those of you who know me, you will hear me say that quite a lot, but it is delicious. And there's something about the center line of the body, so smell and taste and sight, looking at something beautiful, that really helps me and all brains kind of calm down. So taste is like really powerful. Scent is actually the quickest way to the brain. So by smelling some aromatherapy or whatever, it can actually bring you from here to here. Because more than anything, when a child is feeling out of control, it's like the most important thing that we can do is just like not add to their tornado. But it's also really hard. So having things in my toolbox that's like, okay, I got these things, can be really, really supportive of me feeling good. Sometimes parents need timeouts as well. I'll say even professionals need to have timeouts. There's also something really helpful about like taking at least 3 slow, deep breaths. It literally, like when we start getting stressed, our heart is beating faster, we start breathing quicker, not even aware that we're doing it. And so inviting ourselves to take a breath or taking a breath with our kiddos, it calms us. Like it can't help but calm us. So just something important to know. Um, there's two things I do at the end of the day, and I found them really, really helpful in terms of like how hard parenting can be sometimes. Because although parenting is the best job and the most wonderful thing in my life, it can be the hardest thing sometimes too. And not every day is joyous, just like not every day is hard, right? And the two things are kind of feeling like I'm going in the right direction. So like there's never going to be a time where I'm like perfect or that I like I'm not a hot mess. Like there's never going to be a time like that. But I am going in the right direction. I am connecting with my children. I have special just moments every day where I cherish them and I adore them. And I know they know that because they feel it. It could be at bedtime, it could be right after school, it could be making them a special snack. It doesn't really matter what it is, but it's what's meaningful to you and for you to know it and go, I did that thing, good job me. So that good job me is really, really important. The second thing is gratitude. Gratitude is so powerful. And for me, gratitude for my children and how amazing they are, gratitude for the people that I have to support me in my life, gratitude for the connection that I have for my children or that I have got food for them to eat. I mean, it could be really small, but those things at the end of the day, they really ground me and help me feel centered. And I know that they make a difference in my mental health. So think about right now some things that make you feel grateful, including all the great things about you, because no matter how hard our days are, there are amazing things about you that no one else has. And those things aren't always talked about, or we're not always encouraged to think about that. But every person I know is a treasure. And I want you at the end of the day to know that you're a treasure and that you've got wonderful things about you, no matter how imperfectly perfect you are. There are things to be celebrated.